Hey everyone, it's Elliott, and welcome back to the channel. So recently I acquired a Fender Road Worn Tele, used off of Reverb. I think it's the perfect kind of guitar to get used. I think relic guitars in general are perfect guitars to get used, because they're already relicked. They're already used probably beyond the degree to which the user used them, the previous user used them. It's kind of like tech language, the player used them. I've seen some, however, where it's like, they must have just used it to like build a house or something as a tool to build a house, like, because wow. But generally, there's not much like, oh, there's an extra ding. It could have been from the factory for all I know. The most important part, however, for getting a used guitar and something like this would be, the freedom to mod it and not feel like, oh, I'm ruining something that's like pristine. I can just feel comfortable adding my own things, doing experiments. Experiments is a bit grand, but whatever. Fender Road Worn Tele, awesome guitar. I've been curious about these for like the last 7 years. I tried one at Guitar Center in Pasadena when I was living there in like 2018 or something. There's a purple one. It was really cool, and I regret it to this day not getting it. It was a good deal, everything, whatever. Live and you learn. A million years later, I grabbed this one, and it was cool because it was like, I never owned a butterscotch before, and it's fitting that the first butterscotch I owned is a Fender, so, whatever, let's do it. This one is made in Mexico, but it's, still a very good quality guitar and nitrocellulose lacquer and stuff like that, so, okay, like we're starting off, ahead. I have made some mods to this guitar. It actually came with a treble bleed on the volume, and, okay, I've never had that before, let's do that. I swapped out the pickups. The originals were Tex-Mex pickups. They were totally fine. But these are Seymour Duncan Vintage stack pickups. And I like the idea of, having a noiseless option and then having a push-pull added to the tone to have a single coil option. I also replaced the saddles with Wilkinson by Goto swivel saddles because being perfectly in tune is helpful. So if I can be, I'll try to be. I will probably mod, and by mod I mean just swap the pickguard at some point. It's a little plastic pickguard, which is fine, but the bakelite on my Nash is so much nicer. So one of these days I'll get around to that, but whatever. Just like my Nash also, the truss rod adjustment is right here, but if you take off the pickguard and you use a little special tool, you can adjust the neck, the truss rod, without having to take off the neck, which, again, not as convenient as having the truss rod right here, but I'll take it. A mod that I probably will do but haven't done is flatten out the frets on like the 15, maybe 12, maybe 15 and higher in the middle, just so bending is a little bit easier. Not that I'm bending so furiously or whatever, but like, on the off chance, and it's just, it would be helpful. And it's also, I don't play with the recommended, 5/64, whatever, the recommended height by Fender. I flatten the neck a little bit, lower the action a little bit, so I might need to flatten some other things a little bit more. The nut came from the previous player. I don't know what that dude did to the nut, but like whatever, that immediately got scrapped. A new nut, which is playing great. And you'll see here I added a string tree because I was watching too many Vince Gill videos, and he added a second string tree to a much more expensive guitar than this one. But his reasoning was, it makes the D&G a little less flappy, a little bit tighter of a response, and yeah, that did happen when I put that on. But those are the mods. I did do it. Other than that, completely stock. But, whatever. These mods, especially drilling into the headstock, are ones that I feel a bit more comfortable on like a sub $1,000 guitar to do, as opposed to something like, God forbid, a Suhr or something like that. So it's like 3 or 4 times as expensive as this. So this one, I like having that freedom. I like exploring. I like trying a bunch of different stuff, and I like feeling like I'm not gonna just ruin a guitar doing that. So, but I also want to play something fun, and this is like the perfect instrument to mod to your heart's content while also like having, a reliable instrument to play. So let's hear it. I'm playing through my Fractal FM3. I have a super reverb for my cleans, and then I'll go to the super reverb plus a little drive. for some more like classical, bluesy, classic rock or bluesy kind of tones, and then a Wrecker something or other, basically a modded Marshall for some heavier tones, which it actually does great as well, which is also really nice, that it can just kind of do whatever I want it to do. So, and I'll be switching back and forth between silent and actual single coil. Worn Tele, or at least my version of it. Highly recommend these mods, highly recommend this guitar. So if you're on the fence about it or whatever, you're thinking about it, let me know if you end up getting one. If you already have one, let me know in the comments if you already do. Thanks very much for watching.